Welcome. Welcome to the Matchday 1 review we've got for the Sorare Data Community World League. And joining me today, we've got the founders of this global operation. We've got Bob Flynn, aka OrangeFly, it's at BobFlynn20 on Twitter, and Dazzer at Sorare Dazzer on Twitter as well. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Hello, Quinny.
Great to be here, Quinny.
And so we're here for Matchday 1. Thanks a lot for coming on to talk to us and go through the formation of the league, everything that's going on, and the kind of first batch of results we've got, and all the kind of latest and greatest stories. But if you want to for anyone who's shooting into this, is not a part of the World League, if you guys could just give us a bit of background on how it started, where we're at.
Yeah, it was an idea probably 5 months ago. Bob was on John Nellis's podcast. I sent Bob a message about maybe setting up some sort of league on Sorare Data and maybe 2 divisions, promotion and relegation. And then we parked the idea and left it till the start of the European season was coming around. We put it out again and it just went crazy, basically. And that's basically the word that went from 1 league, 2 league, 3 leagues, 10 leagues, 15 leagues, and could have gone more. So promotion and relegation, I think, was the key to it.
Yep. And it was really great to see the response that we got. And we had talked because I had said, I want to give rewards out for the winners. And like I said before, 5 wins, like 5 rewards, not a problem. But all of a sudden it turned into 15. It's like, oh, this is a little different. So we need to take care of this stuff. And
so when all the demand was kind of coming to you guys as the league kind of got opened up to everyone, what was the main thing that people were most excited about? Because, if there's only one prize, it's not really prizes people are chasing. Would you say, Dazzer?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I think something different. I think 11 aside was a key to it, and I think the promotion and relegation was what really drew people in. I don't think, like I say, winning a limited card as such. Bob had suggested putting them in, but I wasn't too keen on him buying loads of cards for people because some of the people could be. Have massive galleries, so it was a nice idea. But yeah, I think the 11-a-side option, promotion and relegation, and then also being able to mix limiteds with uniques was something that wasn't really happening anywhere. Obviously, we found out very late on that limiteds weren't allowed in private leagues with when you're trying to mix teams. But the guys at Sorare Data were brilliant, and they said that it would be ready for game week 294, and they got it in place, and we were successful with that. So, yeah, it was a challenge, shall we say, Quinny, but definitely worth it for what's happened over the first weekend of fixtures.
No, for sure. And again, just for anyone who's not totally aware, so on Sorare Data, where you'll get all your market information on players and latest scores and all that kind of stuff, they have a play tab, and in there's open leagues that anyone can join, but also you can set up your own private leagues with your friends or whoever. But you guys have went on and made this huge private league of like 15, 13 divisions. And, we're all pals, but it's not necessarily a friends league. It's a bit more kind of community competition, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that was obviously I've been on the platform for 18 months, November 2020. I know you were just probably before me, so we've been on there a while and probably interacted on Twitter quite a bit with other people that have been around a while. But yeah, there's definitely new people that I've never heard of. And when people were messaging in, we're trying to find out what countries they were from, because obviously a world league, you'd like to have people from different parts of the world. And yeah, we'd certainly got a variety of people involved from sort of Canada down to Bolivia, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and then loads of European countries as well. One of the admins is from Nigeria as well. So there's a real mix of people, like I say, that you've known for probably quite a while from playing the game, and also new people that have just seen it, said they want to be involved. And like I say, we managed to get 150 managers in. It could have been a lot more.
For sure. And I think it really appeals to that whole fantasy football element that a lot of Sorare managers obviously get their itch scratched with by playing the game, is that they can compete against people from all over the world. And because we've got limited cards in, like the variety of lineups is incredibly varied,
Yep.
We've got people from different regions that are experts in different leagues that are throwing their cards up against, the might of champion Europe, if you like. And we're seeing a wide range of results. I know from the kind of intro before we came on air with yourself, Bob, that we wanted to extend some thanks to the guys that kind of helped facilitate all this over at Sorare Data with, like you say, getting the limiteds involved. So
yeah, so I've Bob's been doing all the talking behind the scenes with Sorare Data and Andrew Laird and Maxim and all of them. But I've just sort of focused on the Twitter side of things. But yeah, Bob's been having conversations non-stop, asking questions of what we can and can't do. Obviously, when you set up a private league, if you haven't played it, you have to physically be in the league to see what goes on. So that's why we needed people to be admins to take screenshots and send in results and stuff, so just we can collate things. But yeah, everyone's been brilliant. Like I say, we've got 15 different private message groups on my Twitter, and then we've got an admins group as well. So it works fairly easily. You know, if the admins don't pick up a message, then anyone in the group can send in the results. It's just the admins need to set up the league and set the game weeks. And I know you've done that before for a competition I played in, but once it's going, I think that's the easy part. The hardest part was sort of turning people down, saying, no, we're stopping at 10 divisions, and actually we'll go to 12, and now it's 15. And because you wanted to get everyone involved. Like I say, the more noise it makes on Twitter, the better. I know you had the meet up in London, and there was managers there that were involved in it. It probably got spoken about. It's coming up, I don't know, but like I say, it's gone really smoothly at the start. The league tables, we were obviously hoping that they'd be there today to put out. We're not sure if that's because we've missed the midweek game week out, and maybe they refresh for our next game week, which is 296. But yeah, we'll wait and see. And I know there's an email or a question into the SD lads that will answer that, so we know what's actually going on. But yeah, of the 150 managers, I think 146 played, 2 sold their galleries, and 2 missed out. So
of the 2 that missed out, is there any names or faces we would recognise? Who forgot to set a lineup? Dog him in.
One plays for Dundee United. Dundee United? Yeah, that's him. We won't mention his name, but I'm sure there's not many that play for Dundee United. So
yeah, I'll say it. Tony Watt forgot to pick his team, and his team scored 0 points this week, so he's off to an absolute horrible start. I'm sure he's got perhaps some other things on his agenda for this week, but when we were going through the notes for the headlines of the first game week, that was one of the first things you guys said to me. Tony didn't even put his team in, which I thought was hilarious. But we had some great results kind of up and down the pantheon of the divisions, if you like. You know, we had lots of new faces to lots of different managers, depending on who you're friends with and what language you speak, that you maybe be coming up and facing. And, from the first round of fixtures, when we were kind of previewing them, there was definitely some headline results, wasn't there, Dazzer?
Yeah. One manager broke the 900 mark, and that was McBride. Not a surprise. He wins everything. I think he's probably going to pick up 200 rewards this midweek, so he might as well be top of Division 1. But there were several managers that broke 800 across the board. I know we've already spoken about them, but it was a real, like I say, the levelling up of limited cards being involved obviously levelled the playing field slightly. So yeah, we'll wait and see when those league tables come out. But yeah, McBride, I suppose we have to give Manager of the Week to, like we give everything else to.
Manager of the Week, McBride, love it.
We're not giving him a reward for that, so we'll leave him to just win everything else.
Now, I wasn't really aware of this until coming in to record with you guys today, but we've already had a wee bit of bad blood with some blockings on Twitter and stuff like that, maybe some historic stuff, and some people can't get into group chats, and there's all sorts of drama going on. And
so I was randomly going through the groups, and Nellis had been thrown out, and I was like, has he left? I don't know. I don't really, I try and keep the group chats as quiet as possible. If you post something, it normally sparks something off, and there's a bit of chat between all the managers, and then it quiets down. But I went into Division 4, which I dubbed the group of death, and John had gone. I was like, maybe he's got the ump, or he's too big or he's too big time for us these days. So, but then we worked out that someone had blocked him, so it had thrown him out of the group. So we couldn't get him back in. No one could add him. I thought maybe he'd blocked me. But then we realised it happened somewhere else as well. So I couldn't add someone to a group, and neither could Bob, because someone had blocked somebody else in a previous discussion. Bob's back with us, I can see. But yeah, that's where we are with that. I don't know if you want to name names, Quinny, but I'm impartial.
Well, the gossip that's came to me is from you guys. Big John obviously has been kicked out the group chat because I think Sorare on a budget's got blocked. But those guys actually faced off to each other head to head in match day one. So it's the battle of the blockings between the content creators. Who came out on top between Sorare on a budget and John? Do we know, Dazzer?
Yeah, John picked up the win. I want to say the 3 points because I'm pretty confident that is what it is. It's not the 500 odd points you win for. That's what you get. So yeah, it's 3 points for a win, I believe. So yeah, John's nicked it, so he's got a win on the board. But yeah, that was an interesting one, shall we say?
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that.
The drama's already ensuing through the World League. I had a bit of a bad blood match myself this week with Mark Patrick Rare at Red Bull Govan, but the bad blood was all over his face after this week. Absolutely ran away with it. It was a big result for me. When you guys were getting all the results come through, we've kind of spoke about them, but for me, I thought that was the funniest one, that there was a blocking in the group chats and then they were playing each other in the first game. It just felt like poetry, football poetry, Was there any other headlines for some of the results that really grabbed your attention across the divisions?
One of my picks, I did a very detailed report on who I thought would be winning each league and relegated. I just literally picked people and put no time into looking at their galleries. So, yeah, Reedy was my pick for Division 2. Reedy was one of those people I met a long time ago from doing a deal on Sorare. So yeah, I always look out for his results, and yeah, I picked him for Division 2 success, and he lost in the first game too. I'll just check now. Hang on, you carry on talking. I'll give you an update.
Reedy had James 7.
He did.
I'm in that league.
Okay, yeah.
Reedy my competition.
Yeah, you did hammer old Mark, didn't you? 200 points nearly.
No prisoners taken at IFC Barcelona. No prisoners.
That's what,
we're here for the win.
That's what happens when you pick them bargain basement players. He obviously had a bit of a bad week. So.
Those prisoners.
Get his wallet out. But, yeah, no. So, yeah, there were varied results. Like I say, I think Hendo had the worst result. I think he 350 points, which is just a bit better than Tony Watt. So, yeah. Apart from, let's have a look let's pick a division. Division 6. Who's in this one? So, like I say, some of the. Oh, this is a bit better because I can see who they are. Gator Guy, 809 points, beat Jay Fraz. That's quite a big game.
That's a big game. Gator Guy, maybe the underdog in that, coming out with the points. Loving it.
Yeah.
Props to Gator Guy.
Hey man, our American guys can score some points in MLS. Don't sleep on them. It was a big week all around. So, but Quinny, Dazzer was talking about all the rivalries and stuff like that, and that's what football is all about, right? We're building those rivalries. Like, this is awesome. When we have Nellis and Sorare on a budget going head and head, I'm thinking like a Merseyside derby. Like, that's what I'm thinking about.
YouTube side derby. That's a belter. But yeah, that's what I loved about it, because normally it is like, it's all the community and we're all friends and all that. It's like, and I'm trying to beat Mark and try and cause a bit of a drama because I'm his pal, But the real drama on the pitch, proper derbies, that's what it's all about. What about you, Bob? Any results really catch your eye?
I mean, other than the fact that my team didn't show up, it was fun. Looking through the scores, a couple of my buddies that we brought in, have done really well. We have a couple guys that I don't know if you guys have mentioned them already, but my buddies Hedinho and Thaddeus Maximus absolutely blew up. They have big Champ Europe galleries, and those PSG guys just really did the business this week. And I know that Hedinho, it even showed because I think he came in 5th or 6th in Champ Europe D3. So there was a lot loaded there, but we all know, one good game here, one bad game there, and things completely flip on its head. And it's really kind of fun to see where these things are going to end up, because the stuff that really gets me going with European football is the fact that we have that relegation part of it. And that's what I really like about this. And I know that Dazzer's already mentioned that, but the idea of relegation is awesome. And the fact that I'm strictly in the relegation zone now doesn't make me comfortable. I need to actually show up and turn up, and I need my guys like Shin Jin Ho on my Asian All-Stars to actually start playing some football. So, if Kylian Mbappe can come back, I just won't captain him, I guess, right? But it's the game though, man. We love it, and it's a lot of fun to see what happens. And when big guys blow up, you see it. I've never seen a score like McBride's. Happy to see guys like Sojiwa winning and having massive scores. So a lot of content creators seem to do pretty well, which always kind of cool to see.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
Stish, I'm just looking at your other fellow podcaster. So Tony Watts obviously had a nightmare. Stish is, I don't know if this was the final score, but he's nicked a win over Alex Charles 697 to 661. But like I say, that might not have been the final result because that was
5 points in it for anyone listening at home.
I think that was Monday that came through that screenshot. And then Stish sent a load of messages. Don't forget this, don't forget that. So he's obviously panicking about something. Don't post it too early. But yeah, anyway, that's Division 11. We don't have to worry about down there. That's the Sunday league end. So,
and I think potential contender for the tightest victory was Scotty Bobags. Had a very tight, narrow victory as well over somebody, I believe.
So Division 4 again with the blocking drama. Scotty, who I was on a podcast with probably over a year ago. So we always talk quite a lot. He was convinced he was going to lose, and like I say, looking at this, 580 to 572 was probably. So if that's the final result, he's picked up a win to start the season off.
And that's what's fun, Quinny. Like we're seeing another guy, Sakats FC, pure limited gallery, was in a 3-point match the last I saw, and I know that there was some Twitter batter going back and forth between the two people going head to head there, which is great to see, and it's really bringing some visibility to all this, and people are having fun with it. It's something different. That pride, joy, all of that stuff. And I mean, if I win a match, I will be celebrating here. But that's a big if at this point with the way my boys are playing. So
that's it. Because when it's SO5 is very unforgiving, right? But SO11, and I know we've got a bench and whatever, right? But it's easier to lose. It doesn't matter what the size of your gallery is. Like I've been playing SD11 like since they bloody invented the thing, and I've not progressed out of that division since it opened. The like semi-pro manager, whatever the hell it is, with the ELO rankings or whatever.
Yep.
And people will always look at my gallery and say, "Oh, I've got great cards and whatever," but I can't get out of semi-pro manager level in that ELO ranking thing. So size of gallery kind of goes out the window, and it really is like knowing your guys, playing the right formation, picking the right captain, having a strong bench. And it really doesn't matter within reason how expensive your gallery is if you're making correct or wrong decisions.
I think.
Well, that's the thing. I also compare it directly to Sorare Mega. So, like Sorare Mega is something that like we can get free cards from basically, and I focus on SO3 and SO5 in Sorare Mega because quite honestly, there's just fewer variables. When you get to SO11, one guy sits, one guy has a bad game, and it's just completely out the window. And so it's really, really hard at this level. So you need a well-rounded performance from everyone to really be competitive. And it's very hard to carry dead weight. And that's what I really like about this. And the way I look at it also is just like, this is kind of like a test run for SO11. You can like, what can, maybe another website develop, or what can Sorare actually put together out there for us that would give us a little bit more fun outside of the utility we already have? Because one of the big things with Sorare is more utility is better. Like that's what we want. So we want to be able to keep doing fun things in the platform. And I love all the third-party sites. And this is a cool idea that Darren and I came through with. And it's been a lot of fun so far. And I can't wait to see where it ends up.
Yeah, no, I'll say when we first discussed it, or I sent Bob the idea, it was, it'd be perfect if you could have leagues of 16 or 20 managers. That certainly make it easier on the older admin side of things because you just have two leagues in one almost. But yeah, I do believe that the opportunity to do more is the key to it. Going back, Quinny, to when did you come on in June 2020? Yeah, so I was November 2020. I can't even remember what the website was like then. It was like Division 1 to 4, compared to the website. Yeah, so, but now, obviously, with all the different leagues that are on offer, you just want more and more things to do. So that was what it was. And like I say, eventually, if things take off, and the popularity is obviously there because, it's gone through the roof straight away. And and could have gone bigger. But like I say, I'm just doing it when I get a chance at work or at home to update and send a tweet and then ask people to retweet it. But yeah, the opportunity to do things is what I think Sorare need to look at and offer more, because people will do more, and if they do more, they might buy even more cards. Because I try my best not to buy every day, but it's very difficult sometimes.
Yep. Well, and that's the thing, right, Dazzer? It's just, with the ability to even make the leagues bigger and all of the things, like I know we mentioned it before, but a big shout out to Sorare Data and HG and Laird for really helping make this happen, giving us the platform to allow this to happen. Like if we're able to expand those private leagues to 20, that would be amazing. Maybe future advancements. There's obviously higher priorities with baseball and all that stuff that's coming through, but that platform has made all of this possible. So again, I know we said it before, but big shout out to Sorare Data. They are absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely.
Fantastic. And then top 10, who wants to do that?
Oh, can we? I'll have to have a look. I haven't written it down.
Yeah, I can pause for the cause. I don't mind.
Okay.
Well, it's pretty clear that McBride is number one.
Yeah, McBride's one.
I've never seen a score like that ever. I mean, I think he was over 900 this week, which is just absolutely wild. I mean, it would have taken me 3 weeks with what I did to get to that point this week. So, like, me and Hendo pulling up the rear.
So, we've had match day 1 finished, and we have got the top 10 goal scorers in the league. We've got the high flyers, we've got the heavy hitters, the big swingers, the high rollers. Bob Flynn's the man here to deliver them. The top 10, Bob, as it stands for match day 1, to the best of our ability.
Man, let's go. We're going to go from the top here down to the bottom of the top 10 here. And there was a lot of points scored this week. Big first week back in Champ Europe. And the man, the myth, the legend, McBride, put up a 930 score, which absolutely blows my mind. I mean, that is as they used to teach us in grade school, a round of applause. So, but yeah, good times, man. Well done, McBride. Just keep those rewards coming. Keep out giving those tier 3 super rares to people as you win them. Well done, mate.
Congratulations.
Next up on the list, we had Alex Harry with a big score of 849. Nice. Followed closely by my buddy Thaddeus Maximus, who put up a monstrous 830. Well done, gents. His brother actually came in just behind him, Heydinho, at 813. Big shout out to something that we did mention before. Gator Guy came out over JFraz, 2 well-known entities on SoRare, scoring 809 points, just proving that you can have American and MLS players and Asian players and win this thing. GBO, 21 with an 803 score. Brisbane Blues, 783. And then he was in D11. SoRare Greece at 775. My buddy in podcast aficionado on the MLS side, the MLS card guy, put up a 751 score. Again, it's really nice to point out that we know that a lot of people that we've already mentioned have massive budgets, but MLS card guy does not have a 100 ETH budget, so everybody can compete in this, and we're actually seeing this with these big scores. And then last but not least, in the top 10, we have Deco 121 with a 740, and I'm really hoping that is my boy Anderson Deco of Brazilian nationality playing for my team Portugal that we're referencing there, my friend. So great week all around. We're going to get more data as we go through in these weeks. And after a few weeks of getting that data, we're really going to put together, Quinny, the relegation zone fodder. People out there. So right now, I know that myself and Hendo are licking the barrel there with Tony Watt. So, it's just where we're going with this stuff, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's it, man. And Dazzer, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just looking to see if I could find out nationalities.
Oh, sorry.
Right. That's fine. I was trying to see where Deco's from. He's probably from South London or something. He's from Ireland. There you go.
Okay.
Maybe via Portugal and Brazil.
There you go. Who knows?
Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun doing this Match Day 1 review. I'm looking very much forward to the Match Day 2 review to see what stories and what drama develops. And as Bob was talking about there, as the match days start to tick along, we're going to see some title contenders. We're going to see some relegation dogfights. And I can't wait to see all the stories that are going to come out from this. Guys, thanks very much for cutting time out of your busy schedules to come and chat nonsense with me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next week.
Cheers, Quinny.
Cheers, Quinny.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.